started working on. So these are the important services which helps us monitor the AWS infrastructure as well as the operating systems, EC2 machines in the AWS. So let's start with the CloudWatch. What exactly is the CloudWatch? It is a monitoring and management service that provides data and actionable insights for AWS, hybrid cloud, and on-premise applications and infrastructure resources. It does means that anywhere, if anywhere in the world, like if it is in on-premise or anywhere, if we just install the CloudWatch agent in that, and if we integrate the CloudWatch, then it will be a single platform where we can collect and access our application performance and operational data in the form of logs and metrics. Okay, so this is a simple definition of CloudWatch. Okay, it is a monitoring tool and a single platform where we can access and collect our performance and operational data in the form of logs and metrics. So what exactly are the important points? Observability on a single platform, which I have discussed earlier, across applications and infrastructure. Easiest way to collect metrics in AWS and on-premises. Improve operational performance and resource optimization. Get operational visibility and insight. Derive actionable insights from logs. So from logs we can integrate Lambda function or SNS or any events that if something we can find from the logs, we can grab those things from the logs and perform Lambda function so that it will trigger the Lambda function so that it will create an AMI and launch the instance if we are getting any kind of vulnerable logs or anything. We'll discuss more in the technical demo. And this is the typical CloudWatch AWS definition, which states that monitoring observability service built for DevOps engineers, developers, site reliability engineers, and IT managers. It provides you data and actionable insights to monitor your applications, respond to system-wide performance changes, optimize resource utilization, and this is a typical definition of AWS CloudWatch. This is a simple thing about the CloudWatch, which is in theory. We will discuss more in the practical demo. And Inspector is a vulnerability scanner. Vulnerability scanner means if there is a vulnerable application where there is a where there is a possibility of getting attacked by the attacker. So this inspector will scan the system for specific assessment rules and provide us the results. Based on the results, we will be configuring our VMs and then we will deploy the changes. It relies on the agent installed on the server to scan the server. So there will be an inspector agent which will be installed in the EC2 instance. Through that agent, the inspector will communicate and then it will provide the results. So how it will work? Let's see the overview. See, there will be host and network assessments and complete automation through APIs. It will find reports and generates the reports. Cross account scans through service link roles. On-demand pricing. These are the rules packages. Network reachability. This will be agentless. It will just scan the security group and everything. It doesn't need agent. CV, common vulnerability and exposures. These are few rules for CV, CIS benchmark rules, security best practices, and runtime behaviors. We can trigger few important rules based on the Lambda function and through SNS. So there will be predefined templates. Inspector agent needs to be installed. Automated security assessment service improves security and compliance. These are few important points of inspector. And these are the predefined templates: CVE, CIS benchmarks, security best practices, network reachability. What is CVE? It scans the packages and gives the vulnerability with the version packages installed. So it relates to the packages which are installed with the specific version, and it will gives us the result. And then depending on that, we will be updating the patches every month or every 15 days. It depends on this CVE compliance. And CIS benchmarks is like it has few rules. Template scans against OS few rules, CIS rules. So it will be like, you know, we have to disable the root login inside the Linux instance. If it is administrator for Windows, we have to disable it, and it should support SSH version 2 only. We have to disable the password authentication. The age of the password and the length of the password and the complexity of the password we have to decide. And then the permissions for a specific directories. If the application team is working on a machine, we have to assign a specific permissions to a specific directory only. They should not go to any configuration files of etc, let's say etc or disk or any services which are very much important for the OS to become vulnerable. This is a network reachability which I have discussed, that it is related to, like, you know, security group port numbers and unnecessary ports are, if at all they are allowed to come via internet gateway. It doesn't need any agent to install inside the EC2 machine. This is a typical AWS definition. And let's discuss on CloudTrail. So CloudTrail is a service that enables governance, compliance, operational auditing and risk auditing of your AWS account. In simple terms, the CloudTrail is like, you know, we must be having, like, you know, there is must need for organizations to record the activities that happen within your infrastructure as well as in your servers. See, here what exactly it does is, like, you know, so what it does is, like, you know, all the API calls it will records and stores in the CloudTrail console. There we can go and with the resource name, with the resource type, with the event name, we can track and we can see what exactly happened, who has, like, you know, if we say show me what Praveen has did on 3rd of January 2019 between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you are having S3 bucket related to, if you are logging in the S3 bucket, we can go and check the details. So here you can see AWS CloudTrail track user activity and detect unusual API usage. Record activity in AWS services and as AWS CloudTrail events. It stores in S3 buckets and optionally in CloudWatch logs. It will act if we are integrating any kind of CloudWatch events or Lambda function. It will take action when important events are detected. It will review and analyze logs with Amazon Athena. If we are integrating Amazon Athena, it will integrate it will review and shows the logs. This is a definition. Guard duty. What is guard duty? Guard duty is a threat intelligence service by AWS which monitors for malicious behavior to help customers protect their AWS workload. It will, you know, it will show us the vulnerabilities. It will show us the attacks or anything which are coming to the AWS resources from different source of IP addresses. Like, you know, here you can see is a threat detection service that continuously monitors for malicious unauthorized behavior to protect your AWS accounts and workloads. Once we just a few clicks are required to enable this guard duty. It will monitor our AWS accounts without additional security software or infrastructure to deploy or manage. It will automatically analyze network and account at scale, providing broad continuous monitoring of our AWS accounts. It will monitor CloudTrail logs, VPC logs and DNS logs only. If you are having any like, you know, DNS server which is like GoDaddy or anything, it won't logs, it won't monitor. So guard duty combines managed resources threat intelligence from AWS security. and third party intelligence partners. So it will integrate with the third party integration partners, anomaly detection, and AWS security. They will be having the data which IPs are bad IPs, bad URLs, bad host names, bad hash values. They will be having the data, and they will be showing us the results. If anyone is trying to access the infrastructure with those IPs, it will show us the result. It will take action based on the configuration of a Lambda function, and it will trigger with an SNS. So these are the important points. Intelligent cloud service collects tremendous amount of data, continuously monitors and detects threats and protect your AWS environment, integrates with CloudWatch and Lambda, improves flexibility and doesn't disrupt the business. It will just enable the if you just enable the guard duty, it will show us the it will show us the results. It will show us the reports. It won't disturb the business. Time and cost, easier and smarter and most cost effective. It uses machine learning, anomaly detection, and integrated threat intelligence across multiple AWS data resources. It provides detailed alerts, helps you prioritize and remediates threats. It supports multi-account. It does not require to deploy and maintain software or security infrastructure. We can add a trusted IPs. If we are port scanning for penetration testing by central security server for fraud servers, we can if we are continuously scanning the ports, then the guard duty is displaying a threat, then we can add trusted IPs. This is the typical definition of AWS, which we have already discussed in detail, and the demo type. Okay. So first let's go to CloudWatch. So all you know that what we will be doing with the CloudWatch is this is the dashboard of the CloudWatch. Here we will be having alarms. As you can see, we will be having alarm insufficient. Okay. If you want to create a billing alarm, you can it is available in North Virginia only. We can set the billing alarm in North Virginia, but it will scan all the regions and it displays the billing alarm. If we are setting the billing alarm to $200, once it exceeds the $200, we will be getting the alerts which we will be configuring based on the SNS topic. So these are the logs. These are the log groups. Let's say we are having a CloudWatch log group. We can create a metric filter. Here we can see this is if we are if we are having this event terminated, then what it has to show is it will create a metric filter, and then it will assign a metric, and then whenever the instance got terminated, it will show us the result, and then here we can create the alarm, and then whenever the instance gets terminated, we will be getting the notification. If we just create the alarm here. Here we can find the metrics. There are many metrics for each and every AWS service, and these are the rules. Here we can create a rule that EC2 all events. EC2, if we state change event, if we are if we are getting running or pending or shutting down, stopped or terminated, we will be getting this or any state, anything happen to EC2 instance, we can just add a target to SNS topic or any Lambda function or SNS topic, so that we will be getting a notification. Anything happens to EC2 instance. Here also we can create a rule. From the AWS console also we can create an alarm that anything happens to, like, to AWS instance, we can recover the instance, like, auto recovery instance we will be enabling right here. From here we can enable auto recovery instance. If we are having a Lambda function, let's say every day in the night 2 o'clock, the instance should create an AMI, and we will be having a Lambda function which we will be writing a code that it should whenever it is triggered, the Lambda function should create an AMI. Then we will be scheduling a cron job that it should trigger the Lambda function at a particular time. Let's say at 2 o'clock in the midnight. Then every day at 2 o'clock the Lambda function gets triggered with the CloudWatch tool. And then if we want to schedule the instance at every day at 8 o'clock, the instances should start. We will be creating another Lambda function, and then we will be integrating that Lambda function with this CloudWatch rule. And then every day at 8 o'clock the CloudWatch rule gets triggered to Lambda function, and then it will start the instance. The same will happen for stopping the instance. We will be having a different Lambda function, and then we can stop the instance based on the Lambda function and the rule. So let's discuss about inspector. So while configuring inspector, like, we have to decide targets. Based on the targets, like we can demo, and then we can include all instances, or we can give a tag value, something like this, and then we can save it. And what are the assessment templates? We can create an assessment template, something called as demo, and then target would be assessment target instances which we have already created, and then we can select all the rules. Whatever we require, we can select all the rules, and then for 1 hour it will scan, and then if we integrate the SNS, it will provide us the result to this whenever the run started, whenever the run finished, so that we can have a run finished, so that we can go and download the report. Once we create, it will create, and then we have to run the assessment. Once we run the assessment, it will take 1 hour time to get the findings. Here you can get the findings. If you just click on here, it is loading. So here we can see the details. It has CIS rule package, so it will show us the finding is not compliant with rule 1.5.1, ensures code dumps are restricted. So it will give the recommendation as well. Add the following line to this config file or this file, and hardcode 0, set the following parameter in or this file. So we have to follow these recommendations and then configure accordingly.
These rules on mod security?
These rules are
on mod security?
Mod security?
Yes, CIS operating, what is it? Yes.
These rules are predefined rules by CIS.
Okay.
These
It,
rules are,
it,
yeah. Please.
it is working on Mart Security Apache, or which tool is there behind this rules?
There is no such tool. There are rules. Based on the rules, it will scan the system. We have a AWS agent which will be running inside the EC2 instance. It will scan the whole operating system, and based on the CIS rules, if we just download the report, let me download this report and I'll show you. Here is a little messy. Let me explain you here only. There is a predefined rule. Rule name is these are the rule names which are defined by CIS. Default. These are default rules. There are few rules which I have explained in the PPT. It will scan based on those rules, and it will show us the results and the recommendations as well.
Okay.
Let me speak here about guard duty. So all we need to do is we have to go to the account and just enable the guard duty. So if you want to integrate the guard duty, here if we are having any trusted IPs, we can add the trusted IPs, something called as port scanning, and we have to create a file with the IP and then upload it to S3, and then from S3 we have to give the file name here, and then the format would be txt. Specific URL we have to give, and this one should be txt, plain text or anything. We have to give the URL of the S3, and then it will fetch the details and it will add the trusted IPs here. If there is a new account, I'll just suspend the guard duty. I'll disable the guard duty here. It will be like this. Once we start, we have to just enable guard duty. That's it, nothing else we have to do. Then it will take time to provide us the findings, and from these findings we can take the actions based on the findings. If you want to list add the trusted IPs, we can add the trusted IPs. That's it, nothing else we have to do in the guard duty. All we have to do is we have to check the findings here. If you want sample findings, you will get the sample findings. Here you will get what is the resource ID and resource name and everything. We will be getting the availability zone and all the details, and the country as well, the public IP and subnet ID, private IP address, everything, location. If someone is accessing from the China or anywhere, it will show us all the details here. So CloudTrail here, if you want to enable CloudTrail, all we need to do is we can create a CloudTrail here. We can give the name as a demo or any account name. It can apply to all the regions or in one region, specific region. It will configure in a Tokyo region only. Read, write events, whichever events are there, it will show us the log. Insight events, and then S3 put if you are downloading, if you are uploading those details also, if you want, we can select. It will cost additional charges if you are creating an creation of S3, deletion of S3, it will provide in the management events. For the data events, whatever we are downloading or uploading, it will provide us those details. Creating a lambda function, deleting or modifying a lambda function, it will provide us the data. But for data events, if we are triggering the lambda function, if anything is triggering again and again, if we want that also, we can enable all the details here, but it will be additionally charged. So by default 90 days the logs will be stored. If we want to store the logs, we can specify the S3 bucket here. It will store the logs. So here, if you go here, if you want to see anything what happened, like if you just resource name, I'll just type my name. It will show us what I have done. Let me just. So whatever I have done, it will show us, the whole thing it will show us here. So something got terminated or instance got terminated. So we can get all the details here. So if we just go through and have an exposure on this CloudTrail, we can get all the details here. Okay. So this is the CloudWatch, Inspector, GuardDuty, and CloudTrail. So it will cost whenever we just by view events which will last for only 90 days. We can track the events in 90 days in CloudTrail. So this is a basic understanding on these things. We won't be doing much on these details. These services are AWS managed services. So all we need to do is enable the CloudTrail logs and enable the GuardDuty, and AWS agent, inspector agent needs to be installed in the EC2 instance so that it will fetch the details in the AWS inspector console. So whenever you are doing any requirement comes, so that we can coordinate and work together. Okay. Any doubts? I'm done with this. हेलो
कोई नहीं बोलेगा, क्यों नहीं, किसी को डाउट नहीं.
अच्छा,
हाँ खान साहब बोलिए.
No doubt.
नो डाउट. क्या सही है, सुपर ट्रेनिंग, नो डाउट.
अच्छा. It's a short and sweet.
Shashikant is saying something.
Shashikant, please.
What is the duration option in Cloud Inspector?
What is the option? Which one?
Duration. You put 1 hour duration.
The recommended is 1 hour. So whenever we access the run, 1 hour is the recommended one. So if we give the 1 hour and then we can schedule this event, we can add a schedule here, and then every day, every 7 days it will run, and like here we can see the 1 hour is recommended. So it will scan the system for 1 hour. Whenever it gets triggered, it will scan the system for 1 hour, and then it provides the result in the assessment run, and we can from here we can download the. So here you can see I have ran the assessment at 6:22. It will take time till 1 hour to get the results. Here you can get all the findings. Based on these findings, we have to act. And then before that, whenever we are provisioning a deploying a server, we should harden the server based on the CIS or any kind of like compliance rules, and then we should hand over the system.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll conclude this demo and webinar. Let me know if you have any questions via email or just give me a call. I'm just one call away. Okay.
Bro, just I have one doubt that in Shri we are doing some reporting every afternoon. So that is the only thing which we integrated with CloudTrail.
Okay. What we have integrated with the CloudTrail?
No, I'm just asking. That is the only thing. What we are getting in S3 bucket, we are taking some report every day.
No, that is something different. We are monitoring the things, right? We are taking backups or sanity reports which we are sending to the client.
Okay. No, in S3 there are some SEFL backup. Something is there, no?
That is a database backup which will run every day and every twice in a day, and we will be sending those backup reports every day in twice at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock to the straight team.
Okay. Thank you.